Shalom, everybody. This is Kabbalah 101 from Universal Truth of Mankind. I am Dave, your host. I was going through all my videos. So far, I have like over 60 videos, plus I have a bunch more that I'm waiting to post. And I've been doing these daily for the last 2+ months. Um, and I don't have any let up. It's just going to keep going. Even when I go on vacation, I have so many that I stored up that I do time releases with YouTube and um, Rumble. So I've always got videos popping up. So I noticed there's something I didn't cover, and I'm going to cover that here. What is Kabbalah? I mean, I touched on it here and there. I know that, but I mean, I haven't done a video on it. What is Kabbalah? Not in the last 3 months. This is where I've turned a corner, major paradigm shift, and where I am now. Okay, so my hair popping out of the back of my head there. Okay, so here's what Kabbalah has a lot of definitions. If you go to Kabbalah Center, they have a definition. If you go to Kabbalah.info, which is B'nai Baruch, they have a definition as well. Just about every place that has Kabbalah has a definition. So you can go to those and you can see what their definitions are and understand what their definitions are. And so far, they're pretty much all valid. I'm not critical of any particular one of them. I think they're all pretty decent organizations that have some pretty decent teachings and have some pretty decent um, communication skills to share. So I'm going to give you my perspective on what Kabbalah is. Now, the word Kabbalah simply means to receive. So we had to ask ourselves the first question, okay, what are we receiving? So we are looking to receive the light of the Creator. This light contains, and I have a video in Kabbalah 101 where I talk about the light. Also, Meditation 101, I talk about the light. The light is positive versus negative. It's love versus hate. It's tolerance versus intolerance. It's healing versus disease. It's wisdom versus ignorance. It's revelation versus hidden. It's life versus death. There's a lot of things you can call this light. Now, we're not talking about physical light. Physical light has some attributes of what we would say light has. For example, light it reveals. Light has a healing properties for the body. Has a positive, like we wake up in the morning, oh, it's light out, no more darkness. It's a positive thing. With light, you can see, so you can grow wiser about the things around you. You can warm up in it. It's warmth, like affection. So there's a lot of things we can draw out of light to kind of understand what we mean by spiritual light, plus what I've already mentioned. So, okay, we say, okay, that's what we're receiving. Gotcha. We got that now. So now you have to ask yourself, okay, we receive it. How do we receive it? What do we do to get it? Now, I mentioned in my videos already, including my Meditation 101 videos, that we're always connected to the Creator. That doesn't end. If it did, then we wouldn't exist. So there has to be some kind of a connection at all times. So we're talking about a connection to the Creator. So you're saying, okay, so we're connected to the Creator, but maybe the light's not too strong. So are we also talking about connecting to the Creator by getting closer to the Creator so we can draw more light? Yes, that's another aspect of what Kabbalah is. So we're trying to receive more light than we had before. We're opening up the channels, declogging them, detoxifying ourselves of all the negatives that I mentioned of what the light corrects. And so we are looking to gain a greater amount of that light. So now you understand that that's what we're looking to do. So it's a connection with the Creator. It's receiving from the Creator. But is that it? Well, no, there's another aspect. The Creator can only give. The Creator can't receive anything. People say, oh, yeah, well, in order to be accepted by God, you have to have these offerings, these sacrifices. Otherwise, God's not going to accept you. That's simply not true, because the effort of connecting is on our part. We can't give God anything to bribe him to say, okay, now accept me. All we could do is open up and say, I'm receiving. I'm connecting with you. I see you. I love you. I'm going to emulate you. I'm going to bring everything down. That's the connection. That's the receiving. So now we have a more direct receiving situation. So what do we do with what we receive? Well, I'm going to be covering that actually, or actually by the time you see this video, I will already have a video up where I talk about sharing the light with people in my meditation 101. So I'm not sure if that's the title I'm going to use, but it'd be something like that. So we receive this light with love, and then we share it with love. Why? Because you're unique. I'm unique. The person next to you is unique. We all have a unique connection with the Creator. We all have a unique need for the Creator. We all have a unique mission in life, a unique purpose. And so we have to receive to answer and to provide for that. I was in management once, and I don't get along with managers because they're not, managers are managed. All they do is manage. They don't lead. They don't try to solve a problem. They try to maintain status quo. And so I always had problems with management. Why is that? Well, here's the lowdown. You have to take the hierarchical structure where you have the president up top or whoever, you got the CEO, the CFO, blah, 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 blah. And then all of that, you go to the upper management, middle management, lower management, and then you got the line managers, and then you got the individual workers. And that's the way most managers view it. They look at it and say, okay, well, I'm above these 17 people, so I'm the boss. No, you're not. That's not what it is. Take the hierarchical structure and flip it over. You're there to support those 17 people. Those 17 people need support. What do they need support for? To complete their task, to complete their jobs. So you take a look and say, hey, George, Harry, how come you're not finishing your tasks? Well, we're not finishing it because we don't have enough people. The workload is becoming too great for us. Or someone may come in and say, hey, how come your quality's down? Well, if the quality of our products are down is because we're missing a step, or we need to add a person in this area for a step so that we can become better, so we have better quality products. And manager typically say, oh, well, do it yourself. No, that's not what a manager is supposed to do. Get somebody in there that's qualified to help that extra step that's required. So the manager's purpose is to bring resources to that person. So when we receive from the Creator, he is providing us with resources and talents. It could be money, it could be talents, it could be possessions, it could be a skill of some kind, or whatever. And we're supposed to use that to help others, because he's going to put us in a position, the Creator, so that we can help others. So it's receiving because of our better connection with the Creator, an active connection with the Creator. He gives us all these resources. That's why we do not steal from each other, because if you steal from a person, maybe that person has those things because they need it for the mission that God gave them. So ultimately speaking, you're stealing from God, not from that person. That's why we got to see that's the spiritual aspect of thou shalt not steal. I don't hear people talk about that, but that's the spiritual aspect of it, or one of many spiritual aspects. So Kabbalah you receive, and then you share what you receive with others. Not for money. Oh yeah, maybe sometimes you do need to do a trade. I understand that. Someone may say, hey, you're very good at that. Can you help me? I'll pay you. You don't have to pay me. But you're good at X. Could you fix this thing for me and I'll help you? Sure, we'll do that. So now you get that person, the other person, the opportunity to share back with you, and you create a win-win situation. I hope this helps you all. And I hope this gives you a different perspective of what Kabbalah is and how do we employ it. Take care, everybody. Shalom, shalom.